Hey guys, welcome back. So I know it's been a while, it's been a hot minute, it's okay, but I wanted to film today. I wanted to just like do my hair, film a quick toot, show you guys the brand new Dose of Colors foundation. This is the Meet Your Hue foundation. I got two different shades, got it yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, I did wear it yesterday because I wanted to test it out, but I wanted also to film it for you guys. So I don't like basing a foundation off of like a first impression, because sometimes like with the summer and being in the sun, my skin's a little bit more dry, yada yada yada. Like there are a lot of different things. So I like testing it out for a little bit. So I'm going to test it out again for you guys today. I did wash my face about an hour ago and I applied my moisturizer, so it's all pretty much soaked in my skin. So I have this to show you guys. And then also I wanted to play with the brand new Kim Kardashian So Fire palette, which looks like this. It's so beautiful. I'm going to insert swatches in a little bit, but yeah, I just wanted to play with this guy because I just think this is so beautiful. And I also purchased her lip gloss as well because I'm a fucking sucker for KKW Beauty lip products. Like, honestly my favorite. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the eyes, just so I can give my face a few more, you know, minutes with like that moisturizer soaking in. I did moisturize with my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturizer, which I always use, especially right before I'm doing like my face makeup or anything like that. So yeah, I already have my brows on. I used my Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I used a little bit of the Benefit Foolproof. This is in the rose gold packaging. That was the Desi Perkins collab that they did with her. So this is in the shade 3. I'm pretty sure you can buy it separate though. And I didn't set my concealer yet, even though I think I am, because with a new palette I always like to set my base first to see how the shadows apply. So we're gonna do that. I have like this new setup, not like new setup, but I purchased this like wheeling cart right here, and I usually have my hair care stuff in it, but I just like cleaned and like rearranged my whole room, and I had to put a new rug down, so that's what I did right before filming this. And I was like, honestly, like I don't need 3 tiers for just hair stuff. Like I don't do my hair that often enough for me to have a separate thing. So what I did was I started putting like my go-to skincare on top, just because my skincare drawer is literally overflowing so bad. And I was like, I need to do that. So actually I have like my brushes over here, so my filming setup is actually a-okay. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit more, and let's jump into the palette. All right, let's swatch. So we have the first one that I can't pronounce, Quinoa. Can we fucking focus, please? Quinoa, right there. And then we have Crater of Hecla. I'm doing a double swatch over it just so you guys can see the intensity of it. Then we have Fire. Next we have Fiery Eruption. Gorgeous shade right there. And then Pelle's Curse. Belle. So that's the top row. Really, really, really pretty. That is what the top row looks like. Super pretty. My arm's hurting. Burnt and Bronzed. Then for the second row we have Burnt and Bronzed, which is that shade right there. Stunning. Then we have Lava. Then we have Molten Magma. I hope my camera's in focus. Molten Magma, Golden Ember, and then Volcanic Haze. So these are swatches of the full palette. Really, really pretty, really, really intense. The shades in the back follow along with the way that the palette goes. I know a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people used to read like this shade was like the last shade on the back, but it's actually left to right, like how you would read it. I think my problem is that 1, I set my base, and 2, I usually start with the darker colors and then work my way. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take my Morphe M503 brush, M506, sorry, it looks like this, small pencil brush, and I'm gonna start with Fire. We're gonna grab Fire and we're gonna throw this into the crease. So I didn't set my lid. What I'm doing is I'm looking down into my mirror and I'm pretty much going to start, you know, slightly throw this in my crease. So what you want to do is you want to like pack it and then start like wiping it, like sweeping it back and forth. So when I pack it on and then I kind of just start to diffuse it. Make sure you push it down first. That way you're kind of like setting that wet base and then go ahead. If you just kind of like start going like this, you're gonna get that like that, you know, that pull and that tacky, you know, effect. You have to set it first, set it, place it down, and then start to blend away. And then once you have like no more product on your brush, start blending out the upper crease area, like right over here, so that does not appear harsh. And you just want to go back and forth. I'm holding my brush super low, like at the tip of the handle, and we're just throwing it into the crease. So I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. I'm going to pack the product on for maximum color, and then we are going to start to blend it out. I'm going to go in with a blending brush and I'm going to grab that second shade, which is Crater of Hecla. These shade names, man. And just go over the edges above. Actually, I'm not going to use that brush. I'm going to use this brush, Zoeva 227, and I'm actually going to take that first shade and just kind of like shimmy it back and forth. Because I don't want to lose that color, you know? I don't want to lose that color. I want to diffuse it, but I don't want to lose it. Diffuse it, don't lose it. You heard it here first, folks. Should I trademark that? Going back in with Fire again on the same Morphe brush and blending that in my crease. And I'm going to go ahead and start bringing it towards the outer corner. I'm going to go in with a little bit of this corner on the outer. This one right here, Pelly's Curse. Same M506 brush, and now we're going to start packing this on the outer corner. We're actually going to make it look like I'm going to switch brushes, and I'm going to take this Sigma E32 brush, which looks like this short packed brush, and we're just going to kind of like go like this. As if we're doing like a really fat wing, but we're not going to wing it out, we're not going to bring it out. So I'm going to grab the shade that's under it, which is called Volcanic Haze, which is pretty much the same color, just this one has like specks of shimmer in it. Like honestly, I feel like it's a waste of a color in this palette, but because once you start blending it out, you're blending out that shimmer too. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of this shade right here, which is called Lava. And I'm just going to put this in between that Fire shade and this shade we just put down. I'm picking up my Smith 247 brush and I'm pretty much throwing that dark shade, Pelly's Curse, into the outer corner, helping it blend up like that. And then I'm going to go back with that Zoeva 227 brush and a little bit of Fire and just like the slightest touch to the skin, start blending it out. Just like starting to blend over top of it. And then I'm going to take the two shades right here and start like really blending it out. Don't ask me why I brought it so far in, because I'm probably going to cover that anyway. So if it's looking a little gray, don't worry. We are going to fix it. So I'm not technically going to cut my crease. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my concealer. I'm just using my Tarte Shape Tape. And what I'm going to do is pretty much use this as like a tacky base. So there's something for the shadow to stick onto. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my concealer brush. So I'm like not going to like super precisely like cut my crease or anything. I'm also doing this just because I didn't want to really bring like that darker shade right there. So I'm just like using this to kind of fix that mistake. Whatever eye primer you use, you can go in. If you use like a MAC Paint Pot, or if you use like an eye primer, or you can go in with your concealer. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a little bit of Fire. I hate new palettes because you can't really bend them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Fire in this shade right here and place that right where the outer corner meets that like harsh base again. Just because going on top of a wet base with a dark shade might darken it even more. So when you're going in with a lighter shade, at least if it does get darker, it will blend a little better. And then I'm going to go in with that dark shade again and just kind of blend right over top of it. No harsh lines. And we're going to take a brush. This is a Morphe M124 brush, just a flat brush like this. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This shade right here, this is Molten Magma. I'm going to spray my brush. So I'm applying that Molten Magma with a damp brush. I'm spraying it with some Fix Plus, and I'm just packing it on the center-ish of my eye. What I'm doing with that same brush is I'm going in with Volcanic Haze. And I'm actually just going to like marry these two shades together, because Volcanic Haze has some like specks of shimmer in it. It's gonna help blend the two together, and then just kind of throw a little bit more. I just wanted to like come together over there. I think it's pretty. Do I want to go in with this crazy gold shade, or do I want to go in with, like, I feel like that would look so cool. We're going to go with the cool shade. So I'm going to grab this color right here, which is called Golden Ember. So that's what that shade looks like. And I'm going to really, like, dampen my brush because I want this to be, like, super intense. So I'm going to really dampen this brush. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Once I have concealer and stuff on it, I'm going to start to build it up. But just make sure both shades are blended. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and then we'll get into the foundation. Alright. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. To prime, I'm going to use these two primers just because I've been using them a ton lately and I actually really enjoy them. This is the Touch In So No Poreblem Prime Essence, which I really, really like. And then I also have the No Poreblem Primer. So what I'm going to do first is I just put this on the outer perimeter of my face. And like in between my brows, because I get a ton of like lines there. And then I just take like literally the smallest dot of this, because I feel like too much of it can be a lot, and I just kind of throw this and I start pushing and semi-swiping into my pores. So I purchased two shades online. I purchased 111 and I purchased 113. So I'm definitely more tan than I usually am. I mean, even my chest is a little bit darker than my neck and stuff. So what I'm going to do is just show you guys the two swatches right here. So this is 111 light. which will definitely match my neck, but it's a little bit too light for my chest right now because I am tan. And then 113. A little bit more golden. Like, I like the undertone more in 111. 111 is a little bit more neutral, and then 113 is a little bit more goldeny. Can you guys see goldeny yellow? So I'm gonna go with 113. Dose of Colors actually posted a photo, and I don't know where I saw it. If I can find it before this video goes up, I'll obviously put it in the video. But it was like all of the shades of their foundations, and then next to them were other brands, foundations, and names, like kind of going through. I'm going to go ahead and apply it with 113. So what I'm going to do is apply it with a sponge, and I'm going to show you the difference in sponges that I'm going to use. These are both by Juno & Co. This is the Velvet Microfiber Sponge, and then this is, I believe it's called the Cloud Sponge. I love this for like my concealer and baking and, you know, setting under the eyes. But I like this because to me, I find that this sponge just applies the maximum coverage for a sponge. So I'm going to go ahead and initially start off with this one just to show you guys of 113. So this is what 2 pumps looks like. Love the pump, love the packaging. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start blending this out. What I did yesterday was, whenever I'm trying something out, I always want to try out before I try it out on camera, just because I don't know how it's going to work, and I always want a foundation to perform its best, or whatever it is that I am like reviewing or testing out. I always wanted to do its best. So when I first applied this foundation yesterday, I used my IT Cosmetics brush, and I did not like the way that it looked. I thought it looked streaky. I thought it was like clinging to my dry patches, which was weird because a lot of videos that I've watched say that this foundation gives such a beautiful, dewy, luminous finish, and so on and so forth. So I ended up taking this sponge and going over the side that I did with the brush. I feel like I feel like yesterday I used 4 pumps of foundation, which is crazy because right now I used 2 and I still have all this on my hand. And I don't think I'm going to use it because I feel like the sponge that I was using was just soaking up the product, and I was using this sponge. But I do go in with this sponge once I'm done with this one to pick up the excess product. So bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm just blending this in. What do you guys think? How does it look? Obviously, it's a little bit yellow for me. Hopefully this goes into Ulta and I can swatch the other shades and probably pick up a different shade. It looks good. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. For concealer, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and what I did not do yesterday was go in with also cream contour, so I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to grab light neutral in my Shape Tape, and I like putting it on the back of my hand, like whatever's on the doe foot, and then I pick it up with the doe foot. And I'm just applying my Shape Tape in the center of my face and underneath my eyes. And I'm going to take that Cloud Sponge. Why am I not in focus? I don't know why I'm not in focus. Why I wasn't in focus. Concealer is on and blended. I think it looks so good. I'm gonna zoom you guys in again, just so you guys can see. I don't know why my lights are going in and out, but I think it looks really good. Really good so far. Let's apply some cream contour. So what I like cream contouring with is this Laura Geller Filter First Luminous Concealer. This is in the shade Deep. And it's a twist up, so what I usually do is I twist some up and then I just take it off because I don't really like the sponge applicator. And I like warming it up on the back of my hand too, so I'll just kind of like start to warm it up. And then like whatever I mix it with, I always put it on my forehead just so I don't waste product. And I'm going to go in with that cloud sponge. I'm going to use this Anastasia foundation brush. This is the 830, and I'm going to pick up some of the product and go right here. And then whatever's left on the brush, I just kind of throw underneath my jawline. Same thing on the other side. This concealer you do have to kind of work quick with. Not that it's like setting or anything, but once if you like apply it like I am right now, if you apply it and you start blending it out on your hand, it's going to start drying because you started to blend it out. So just be a little careful. I'm just going to take my sponge and go over everything. You can take the brush that you applied your foundation with, or you can take your sponge. You can do whatever you want, take whatever you want, and just help to blend over everything. I think it blended out really nicely on top of the foundation. I don't think it lifted anything. I think it looks really good. I'm going to take just a little bit more Shape Tape, excessive maybe, I know, but I'm just going to take it right here and blend it out. My skin looks fucking good. I just need to zoom in. I need to zoom in. Can you guys see how good my skin looks? Let's see if it looks this good on iPhone camera before I set anything. Let's set everything. I'm going to grab my RCMA No Color Powder and my Hourglass Veil Powder. So what I'm going to do first is obviously going to blend out all the creases. Blend, 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 blend. I'm going to take the opposite side of my sponge so it's a little bit bigger, and I'm going to pick up my Hourglass powder first like this. Tap it off. Tap off the excess on my hand. And start to set. Bitch. That looks so good. I'm going to grab a little bit more. Just over here. This powder has more of like a banana-y undertone, so it's not like stark white. But what I'm going to do is just kind of take my brush and go over it. One more thing I'm going to do. Same side of the sponge. I'm going to pick up the slightest bit of my RCMA powder. Same thing, dust it off. So we can really get the under eye set, especially around my nose. Inner corner. And I'm also going to start with the sides of my nose. The center of my forehead. And whatever is left, go slightly on top of the cream contour. Okay, for bronzer, I'm obviously going to go in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer since I've been holding it in front of you guys. And I'm just going to lightly kind of set everything. This is a little bit more warm. It's going to bring a lot of warmth, and I don't really want to contour much because of the eyes. I want to look more bronzy as opposed to contoured, but I am going to contour my nose. For highlight, I'm actually going to use this palette right here. This is from Alexa Persico Cosmetics, and it's the Brighten Me Baby highlighting trio. So I think I'm gonna grab this shade and mix it together. Alright, fuck it. Let's go with the middle one instead. Like, they're blinding, these highlights. I am gonna take a little bit of Bronze Goddess though and bring it up like more as like a topper. So Bronze Goddess back here. Bronze Goddess is too dark for me to put it on my cheekbones, so that's why I'm putting it more towards my temple. And then I'm gonna go in with Work It Girl. Just like that. And I'm gonna grab Bronze Goddess and Work It Girl, mix it together and put it on my forehead. And for blush, I think I want to go in with something like orangey. So I'm going to grab a MAC blush. This is in the shade Modern Mandarin. So pretty. It's coming up a little peachy right now, which I think is okay. I'm actually going to use the same brush. I forgot how pigmented MAC blushes were. So like when I first initially applied these, I was like, oh my god, that's a lot. And I'm just going to throw this on the apples. Same big brush. Just apply it to the apples of the cheeks. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and spritz my face. I just used a MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to zoom you guys in once this dries. I think my skin looks good. What do you guys think? Okay guys, eyes are done. I have Baddie B Lashes InstaHoe lashes on right now. I've actually been really enjoying these lashes a lot. Moving on to the lips, I'm going to show you guys the brand new So Fire Radiate lip gloss from the KKW collection. This is obviously in the shade Radiate. This is so beautiful. They do have two other shades, which is more of like a fiery orange lip gloss, and then they have more of like a burnt kind of like, it kind of actually like resembles this shade in the palette in my opinion. I'll like link a picture. I'll like post a picture right here for you guys, but this is what it looks like. It's literally the most basic fucking gloss you'll ever see in your life, but I'm a fucking hoe for these kind of lip glosses. Like, what do you want me to tell you? It's got a base color, but it's very sheer. You have to kind of build it up to actually see it. So that's 2 swipes. I wore this lip combo yesterday, so I'm going to put it on now. KKW Beauty, you guys, is just my favorite company for lip products. I've come to that conclusion. It's my favorite company for lip products. I tell everybody I see, I meet, I talk to, I'm just like, have you fucking tried KKW Nude Liner 1? Because it's my holy grail. So this is what KKW Nude Liner 1 looks like. Really, really pretty. So this is Nude 1, and what I like to do, literally, if you see me wearing a nude lip, this is my combo. I like it, and I take it, I put a little pressure right in the center, and then I like to, I feel like when you apply pressure to the center and kind of wiggle it around, it kind of warms up the lipstick. So when you start tapping, you'll actually get a little bit more color payoff. So I just like to do this. I have to go by my corners because I just feel like a weirdo if I don't. Personal opinion, if you don't do the corners of your lips when you're wearing lip liner. But I go back in with my liner to create that ombre effect. And now I'm going to go in with my lip gloss because this combo is fucking fire. Ugh. It is so fucking pretty. See, now I love this gloss because it does have that like peachy undertone to it. I feel like it kind of helped warm up the lips in comparison to when I just had the lip liner and the lip gloss on. So let's get into the products. So as you guys know, I'm a fucking hoe for Kim K's lip products. So love this gloss so much. Ride or die, I bought it back up because God only knew if it was going to sell out, if it was never going to be restocked again. So you know what, I had to buy two. So I bought two. And the palette. So let's talk about the palette. I love the palette. I love the way the eyes came out. I'm loving this golden yellow shade in the inner corner. I think this palette is absolutely beautiful. I do have a complaint though about these last two shades. I just feel like it's unnecessary to have this shade right here, which is Volcanic Haze. I feel like pick one shade or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like for this palette, I feel like you needed like a warm brown shade. But other than that, I love this palette very, very much. I will definitely use it. Like this shade, stunning. So yeah, I like the palette. I just don't like the other two shades. I just feel like I could go without them. I feel like while using it, I really tried to not go into another palette, which I try not to do for like your guys' sake. Like if I'm going to post like details or a video or anything like that, I don't want to constantly be jumping back and forth between palettes. But it's like if I don't have the shade that I need in this palette, that kind of sucks for me because that's one shade that I'm not going to use. Am I never going to use it? No, because I'm going to obviously use it if I use this shade. So I think that's why they put these more like purpley undertoned browns in there to go with this shade. But hey, listen, I'm going to use these shades. So I'm probably talking out of my ass right now because when I use this shade, I'm not going to fucking use this shade or that shade. I might use it, but I think it's a great palette. I think it's a beautiful palette. If you like these tones and you fuck with it, go for it. I'm getting excited. Okay, let's talk about this foundation. Okay, I love Dose of Colors. Let me not like touch 9 million things. So I purchased 111 light and 113 light. And let me tell you what the undertones are. Let me pull it up on the site. Okay, so if you go on the Dose of Colors website, I'm going to actually screen record this so you guys can see if you aren't well aware. But what you can do is you go on doseofcolors.com, go down, and then it says meet your hue. So then you select where your skin tone is closest to. So I picked light, and then it's going to bring you down. You've selected the light range, and then it brought me to 111. I don't know how it fucking did that. I don't know if it saw like my face, but it was pretty crazy. But I purchased 111, which says it's medium to full coverage foundation with neutral undertones, but then I also jumped to 113 and it says the same thing, but to me in person 113 looks like it's a little bit more goldeny. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'll do another swatch comparison for you guys as well, just so you guys can see, and like you let me know down below what you guys think it is. But even just like the single swatch by itself, I feel like this one looks more yellow than this one, you know? This is 113 and then this is 111. 111 looks darker to me because it's more neutral, where 113 to me looks like it's more goldeny yellow, so it's making it look lighter. That's my opinion. I definitely think they are oxidizing. Personal opinion with this foundation is that it does look great. I definitely think that your skin needs to be prepped. Let me look at it in the mirror. I can always tell when I'm not going to like a foundation the way it looks by my nose or on my nose, because I'm very dry, and that's why I didn't overdo that primer as well, because yesterday I felt like I overdid the primer and it was kind of picking up the primer. Like the primer didn't have time to settle because I had applied too much, which happens. We get primer crazy, we get product crazy, that's fine. But what will happen is like on the corners of my nose, the foundation will collect and it will start to like look cakey. This is happening a little over here, but over here I'm fine. Like I can go like this to like tap it out too, which is fine. I think my base looks flawless. I don't think my pores look big. The only thing I have to check is to see like if my smile lines are gonna start settling. Like I have smile lines like right here, so I have to see if that starts to crease, if product starts to, you know, settle in the fine lines. But I think it looks good. Like I think it looks good. So it says our lightweight medium to full coverage foundation delivers a blurring effect which reduces the appearance of fine lines and skin imperfections. It says apply using our seamless beauty sponge, fingertips, or preferred applicator. Achieve desired level of coverage by building up the foundation. And it is vegan, cruelty-free, talc-free, paraben-free, oil-free, and fragrance-free, which I love. Okay guys, I'm gonna stop blabbing now because I feel like I've been talking for forever. Let me know what you guys thought down below. Let me know if you guys are going to pick up the Dose of Colors foundation, if you guys picked up the KKW new collection. Let me know. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I have purchased a lot of makeup this month for some fucking reason. I have purchased so much new makeup, so I want to get back on here and film again next week. If you guys want any specific kinds of videos, let me know down below. And also, don't forget to follow me on my other platforms of social media. That's where I'm active most. But definitely follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. And Instagram, I'm more active. And like I said, I've been posting IGTV videos on there. So if you want to check out my other tutorials on IGTV, I will link them down below so you guys can check them out as well. Don't forget to follow me on there and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. You haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love for you to be a part of my fam here. I know there aren't a lot of us, but it's okay. It's okay. I want to hang out with you and teach you all of my knowledge about makeup and hang out with you and just talk and chit chat and become friends, and that's what I really want in life. So make sure you subscribe before you leave. Check the description boxes down below for any other products that I may not have mentioned, or for a full list of products that I used in today's video. It will be listed down below in the description box. Anything else you need, you might find it down there as well, so just make sure you click it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!